Scroll through short-form video platforms today, and you're guaranteed to hit a wall of hyperkinetic anime edits, heavily tagged with toji and JJK. Look closely at the view counts, tens of millions across thousands of separate uploads, and you realize they share the exact same foundation, a single heavily remixed Japanese audio bite. This specific snippet operates as a highly repeatable formula for viral engagement, acting as the structural backbone for an entire subculture of digital creators. The psychological engine driving this endless replication relies on a concept called tonal whiplash. To understand how this works at scale, we have to isolate the original three-line audio sequence and see exactly how it manipulates what you expect to hear. Modern action storytelling treats a major character's death with a high degree of narrative reverence. The standard playbook requires a specific set of tropes right before the end. The music swells, the pacing slows down, and a final, desperate monologue. The viral audio sequence begins by leaning directly into the setup with a tearful, fading voice saying, "I wanted to stay with everyone more." Hearing a play like that signals to your brain that it's time to feel sentimental. It fulfills the natural desire for a character's peak emotional vulnerability before saying goodbye. The setup successfully creates an emotional vacuum, perfectly priming the audience for a cathartic, tragic release. And then, the emotional buildup is violently severed. An unbothered voice cuts across the tragedy with a simple response. "Yes, good work, dismissed, dismissed." This timeline illustrates the collision. On top, a rising wave of an emotional plea. At the interruption, the bottom introduces a flat, sterile line. Toji Fushiguro delivers this not as a grandiose villain, but like a bored worker clocking out. Traditional antagonists inspire fear through intimidation. Placing a deeply tragic victim directly next to an utterly apathetic killer creates a severe, unsettling dissonance. The immediate reaction to a cut like this is sheer confusion. The audience demands to know why this mundane man is casually standing in the middle of a tragedy. He answers the question with the final line of the sequence. "Ah, why, you ask? Ah, I killed Satoru Gojo." Within the universe of this story, Satoru Gojo represents the absolute pinnacle of power. He is the ultimate, untouchable safety net for the protagonists. This diagram illustrates the mechanical brilliance of that final line. A massive structural pillar representing absolute safety is cleanly and effortlessly sliced through by a casual afterthought. The true horror sinks in when you realize the strongest force in the entire world was eliminated off-screen by someone who sounds like he barely cares. Viewers are left reeling. The safety net has been pulled away without warning, resulting in severe emotional whiplash. Those three lines of dialogue completely bypass the unwritten rules of action storytelling. There is no slow escalation of a threat. The narrative simply drops a completed disaster onto the audience. This specific type of narrative rule-breaking is exactly what feeds the viral edit culture we saw at the start. Toji's unapologetic, apathetic tone is ready-made fuel for the hype-focused ecosystem of short-form video, providing an instant jolt of contrast in a matter of seconds. Modern digital audiences crave abrupt subversion. A sharp, immediate shock holds attention far better than a traditional slow-burn emotional payoff. The most memorable narrative shocks in modern storytelling rarely come from louder explosions or bigger superpowers. They happen when human emotion is met with a cold, casual interruption.